What's up, family? Welcome to Speak. This is the most exciting show of the offseason, in large part because we just got the NFL schedules revealed. I will be honest, last night I went through every team's schedule, and what I concluded were the top 5 most exciting matchups this season. Of over 200-plus games that will be played, here are the 5 that you need to stop what you're doing right now, put into your phone, put into your calendar, and make sure you do not miss. These are my 5. Let's lock in. It's going to be a fun show. The one I'm most excited to see out the gate is week 1. It's the Chicago Bears and the Tennessee Titans, not necessarily because of the team's family, but because this will be Caleb Williams' debut. The college phenom, Travis Kelce, said he was reminiscent of Patrick Mahomes when comparing their college tape. But what will we see from Caleb Williams in the NFL? Week 1, it can't come soon enough. The next matchup, I am eager, and I mean eager to see. It's week 16. How about the Chiefs and the Texans? Remember last year, this was the 3rd seed in the AFC, the Chiefs, versus the 4th seed in the AFC, the Texans. Now we're going to see it week 16. For my money, the Texans are going to be incredibly competitive this year in the AFC. Since this is week 16, I believe that AFC seeding will be at stake in this matchup. C.J. Stroud going in his 2nd year. DeMeco Ryans going in his 2nd year. The ascendance of Stephon Diggs into Houston. What a matchup we have. Another matchup you gotta see. How about the Cowboys and the Eagles? Week 17, this one's on Fox. Now, 3 of the last 6 times these two opponents have played each other, week 14 or later, it has decided the division. They play each other for the first time November 10th. That matchup will be special, but this matchup will be exhilarating. Week 17, Cowboys-Eagles, you know it's going to matter. It's one of the top 5 matchups in the NFL this year. Another matchup you got to see, Bengals, Chiefs. The last 2 times that Joe Burrow has finished the season healthy, he's finished the season in the AFC Championship game against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Joe Burrow is the only active quarterback to keep Patrick Mahomes from winning a Super Bowl. The other one, the greatest of all time, and Tom Brady. But what will Joe Burrow do against this man now? Remember, Joe Burrow had surgery last year on that right wrist. We don't have to wait long. That matchup is week 2, but the matchup I'm most excited about, it's the Super Bowl rematch. Niners, Chiefs, week 7. Brock Purdy playing for a lot. Brandon Ayuk playing for a lot. Deebo Samuel playing for a lot. How will the Niners fare this year? Remember, Hufanga, the all-pro safety, he was not there. L'Jarius Sneed, the all-pro cornerback, he will not be there for the Chiefs. To me, this week 7 matchup is the most exciting matchup in the National Football League. Of all 200-plus games that we will watch this season, I just gave you my 5, but I am eager to hear the most exciting matchups in the minds of the beholders at the desk. James Jones, look good, feel good. I see it's one of them days for you, big dog.
That's cracking, man. I'm just chilling, man.
That's a new jacket.
Man, man.
That's the highest compliment that you can get from Emmanuel Acho.
That's it. I'll take it, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're wearing something new or you look different.
I'll take that, man.
You put that.
I mean, you're all right. I mean,
you put that.
You put it on.
That ish on today.
I mean, all the other times I just was here, huh?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. What?
Is that my jacket?
No. I stays in my locker room.
Yo, that's my jacket.
I stays in my locker room,
James
dog.
calls our dressing room locker room.
I did see right before the show, after you walked up here, I see James.
You didn't even ask me, though.
I don't even like going in different people's locker room because, you know, something come up missing, you know, they might point at me. I just goes right in my locker room, man. That's it.
To his right is the brilliant Joy Taylor. Joy, how are we?
I'm great. I'm doing great.
Joy Taylor's great. Eagles all-time rushing leader. LeSean, Shady, McCoy, 252 Live. Shady, let's get it popping on the show real quick. What matchup are you most excited about this NFL season of all the games that will be played?
I know you see me.
Like, I know you want to do I know you see my suit, though. I mean, hello.
Here's the thing, though, 2-5.
I mean, hello.
You've been in your bag lately, so this one wasn't nothing new to me. You've been in your bag lately.
Okay.
This wasn't nothing new.
Yeah, all right.
That's why I don't compliment nobody.
I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't no compliment. I just know you see it. You ain't blind. Anyway, what's the question?
It's understood that I'm the best dressed every day, so that it just goes on from there.
Anyway.
Hello. Shady, when I'm asking what you saw, what is the most exciting matchup this NFL season?
I'm going to go game one, right? The most important game of that week, right? We're going to Brazil, right? And the NFL, let's talk about the NFL, right? The NFL is always worried about they shield and they money. They make a lot of money already. How can we make more money, Jordan? How can we make more money? Go to other countries. We got to have our best team, our most popular team, our most watched team in Brazil. It ain't the Packers. Nothing to do there. There's nothing to do there at all, actually. They picked the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, why not? A superstar quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Electrifying.
Two of them.
You got a wide receiver on the left side, all pro, hard to do. A.J. Brown. Then on the right side, Devontae Smith, who's got another contract, Heisman winner. And then to spice up this a little bit, we go to New York, pick up somebody, bring him back to Philadelphia. His name is who? Saquon Barkley. So yes,
my bad.
if I'm excited about one game, it's not who I'm excited about. It's who the NFL's excited about. And they pick the Eagles to represent the National Football League in Brazil. And I don't know if you're going to be there or you're going to be there. But I know I'm going to be there. I love Brazil, and Brazil love me.
How disappointed is Shady going to be when he's sitting here at the desk?
I don't know.
I ain't gonna let Shady do that. We out of here.
Hey, yo, I got an email, though, dog, that the Eagles, they want me to come. They want to pay for my flight.
Who sent it, Larry?
We out of here, man.
His assistant. Y'all keep laughing. I'm serious.
We can do it via, we can do it.
Saying, man. All-time leading rusher, he's going to be in the building. 25, not on the field, in the stands. He's going to be there. And I'm trying to bring the crew.
I feel it.
You know, holler at somebody.
Get it.
I'm going. I'm definitely going.
They're going to lose, but it's going to be
Team flight. They already called me. Let me know.
Joy Taylor, what matchup you most excited for?
One of yours, actually. I'm excited for the Bears-Texans. Week 2.
Texans.
I'm obviously we're all going to be paying attention to the premiere of Caleb Williams in week 1. But this one is the one that's got the juice for me. Caleb Williams and C.J. Stroud. This is going to be one of those, for both of them, really. It's a proof of concept for C.J. Stroud. Okay, you're back your second year. Now you're going up against Caleb Williams. He's the younger up-and-comer. Is he for real? This is a really great marquee matchup. There's going to be a lot of storylines going into this weekend with these two young quarterbacks who are the future of the league. I love this matchup, and I love that it's early. There's a lot of questions about what Caleb Williams and the Bears are going to look like. And, you know, to be honest, I'm not so sure we're going to get a lot of answers in week 1. You know, I'm probably, as of right now, in May, going to go with the Bears in that game. So I think that we could really get to see a test early with C.J. Stroud and the Texans against Caleb Williams and the Bears. This will be really fun to watch. I want to see what C.J. Stroud and the Texans look like early on. So this matchup is one of the ones that I'm excited about.
That's a really good one because C.J. Stroud is kind of that litmus test for young, successful quarterbacks. Everybody's saying, can Caleb Williams have a C.J. Stroud type of year? Last year, C.J. Stroud was in the MVP conversation through 10 weeks of football. Then he sustained an injury, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions to start his year. C.J. Stroud obviously went to the playoffs, won a playoff game, if I'm not mistaken, before losing, obviously, to the Baltimore Ravens. This will be a good one. James Jones, where you land?
You know what? I'm going week 7, and I'm going Texans-Packers. I'm going Jordan Love versus the young C.J. Stroud. And the only reason why I picked that game, too, is because how they schedule start off. Very, very easy, including the Brazil game.
Who is they? Packers.
Packers and Texans. Packers and Texans, right? I mean, they got the Bears, you got the Jags. They just got a lot of teams that did not have success last year. And then week 7. So I'm looking at it like they can be either undefeated or possibly one loss.
They ain't going to be undefeated, though.
The Texans or the Packers could possibly be undefeated or possibly one loss apiece. And I think that's going to be a really good football game. 2 of the young stars at the quarterback position. I'm excited to see that one. But then after that, that's when it gets real on the Texans. We're really high on the Texans. After that, it gets real on the Texans. You got the Jets, you got the Lions, you got the Cowboys, you got the Chiefs, you got the Ravens. It gets real on them after that, after week 7. So that's going to be the turning point for them to see how they look against the Green Bay Packers.
Well, speaking of getting real, it doesn't wait long for the Cowboys for it to get real. The Cowboys, their first 7 matchups, 5 of them are against teams that made the playoffs last year. Family, the Cowboys have a brutal, and I mean brutal, schedule. Turn up your volumes, relax into your chairs for this one. Take a look at it. You got to start the season versus the Cleveland Browns, one of the top-scoring defenses last year. Then week 3, you play the Baltimore Ravens, led by the MVP, along with the top-scoring defense last year. Week 5, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin has never never an easy task. But more importantly, week 6, you got the Detroit Lions. And after the bye week in week 8, you got the San Francisco 49ers. Those were the 2 best teams in the NFC last year. So as you are looking at your screen, Browns, Ravens, Lions, Steelers, Niners, the Cowboys have to start their season with that gauntlet, bringing this further
week
into
10.
context.
Yeah, you see that week 10 too, though. You see that week 10
and 11.
You see that 10 though. Did you see the 10?
Yes, Shady.
Oh, all right, okay, bet. As long as you said, you see that 10.
Bring us on camera, please. I think most importantly, the Cowboys, they started fast the last 2 seasons. James Jones, you know Mike McCarthy well, head coach of the Cowboys. You won a Super Bowl with them. They started their last 2 seasons 5-12. I believe they finished their last 2 seasons with 12+ wins, 12-5. This year, it does not look that easy.
Yeah.
You got to play Lamar. You got to play the Browns, and what that means, you got to play the head coach for the Browns along with the Browns defense, and maybe Deshaun Watson will have a week 1 resurgence. We do not know. The Steelers are never easy. I don't know what they will be offensively, but they're never easy. But then you got to play the Lions and the Niners, and that's just the first 7 games. Should Cowboys fans be worried about this gauntlet to start?
No, not at all. The Cowboys are a really good regular season football team. That's what they have showed us. 12 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins. When you win games and you have a really good record and you make it to the postseason, your schedule ain't necessarily easy the next year.
Yep.
So they've been answering the bell these last 3 years with 12, 12, 12. So, no, I'm not worried. They're a really good football team in the regular season. I do think they're going to handle business and be back into the playoffs. When they get into the playoffs, that's when all the answers will be answered, good or bad. But this is going to be a really good regular season football team. They have a really good roster. They're going to be one of the most talented rosters in the National Football League with a really good quarterback. They are going to be a really good football team in the regular season. They should not be worried about this at all because I'm sure we could touch on past schedules and it looked a little rocky, and they found a way to win 12 games. So I'm not worried about the Dallas Cowboys at all in the regular season.
Joy, where do you stand? How worried should Cowboys fans be?
Not worried. The Cowboys are regular season champs. If you could hang banners for regular season accomplishments, there'd be no room in the building, and that's a big building. Jerry World's big.
Jerry World is big.
No, they shouldn't be worried. This is what happens when you're a good team. You have a tough schedule, and they are a really good regular season team. The only thing that the Cowboys should be worried about at all is what they're going to do in the postseason, and week 10, of course, Shady. But what they're going to do in the postseason, that is the measuring. That's the measuring point for the Cowboys at this point. We know what they're capable of doing in the regular season. They will repeat some version of that 12-win, close to that season again next year. They have a lot of returning great players. Their quarterback is going to be there. They've added some new pieces. They're in great shape to go into the season and be in the playoffs again. We're assuming the Cowboys are going to be a playoff team, whether they win the division or get it in the wild card. It's what they do in the postseason, so they shouldn't be worried.
Here's what worries me, 2-5. I think this year the Cowboys could take a step back. From the 12 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins, we all would collectively agree, especially this year, the AFC North is the hardest division in football.
Yes.
Browns, Ravens, Bengals, that division. Steelers. You got the AFC North. So assuming the Cowboys win 12 games, they don't usually have the hardest division in football. You got the AFC North. Then there's also some vacancies I don't think we're spending enough time talking about. Tyron Smith, he out of there.
Yeah.
Cowboys still don't have a running back. At least last year they went into the season with Tony Pollard. I did not think Tony Pollard was great he wasn't great last season. I don't need to be kind. He wasn't great last season. At least they had him last year. Stephon Gilmore was locked down at the cornerback position. Deron Bland got a lot of interceptions, but must I remind you at home, at the back half of the season, they literally had to hide Deron Bland and put Stephon Gilmore on the DK Metcalfs, on the Scary Terrys, amongst others. So when I think about the Cowboys 2-5 and how they start this season, knowing they usually start hot, knowing they got the AFC North, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I don't see 12 wins. I'd be happy if the Cowboys start 4-3. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys start 3-4. So you know the Cowboys obviously well. You played against them. You dominated them during a large part of your career. Should they be worried?
Nah, I'm going to agree with the left side of the table. I mean, for what? What are they worried about? I mean, they do this every year. They've been really, really good to the playoffs. That's what they should be worried. That's what they should be concerned. But right now, no. I mean, they'll have some good games, some good battles. We'll see some good defensive performances from Michael Parsons. We'll see CeeDee Lamb make some catches. We'll see Dak Prescott look really, really good. Yeah. So it's nothing to worry about. Because we all know this. After week 18, we know what to expect.
I got 12, 13 wins in there.
Here's the hard part. Throw on the Cowboys schedule, please. Throw on the Cowboys schedule, please. Throw this Cowboys schedule up so the whole world can see it if we can. Yeah. James, as I look at it, remember last year the Cowboys started the season beating down the Giants, and then they had an Aaron Rodgers-less Jets.
Yeah.
I don't know how I can get to 12 wins because, Joy, as I'm looking at it, you got the Browns, you got the Ravens, you got the Steelers, you got the Lions, you got the Niners. I do believe they will lose 3 of those 4 games. I do not think the Browns are a walk in the park. I don't think the Ravens are a walk in the park. The Steelers will find a way to win something.
You saying they starting 1-4?
No, I think they're starting 3-4. I think of the Browns, Ravens, Steelers, Lions, Niners, you're losing 3 of those games. In my opinion, you're losing 3 of those games. Those are very good, very, very good teams.
Yeah, but the Cowboys are a really good regular season team.
I just think that we're underestimating, to me, we're underestimating what the Cowboys lost, along with the fact of, like, the Lions, Niners, cream of the crop. Cream of the crop. Cream of the crop. Ravens, incredible regular season team. What the Cowboys are in the regular season, the Ravens are even better. I just don't know how many of them games do I see them winning? Like, that's a tough.
I could see them
They also
winning
upgraded at a
all
couple
of those
spots,
games.
too, though. Yes.
All of them, including
I mean,
the
I
Niners?
don't think that they will win all of those games, but I'm saying all of those are winnable games for the regular season Dallas Cowboys team. Not to mention they have the Ravens at home. I can't see that far away.
Giants, then Steelers.
Yes, I'm trying to see where they're at home. They have the Lions at home and the Ravens at home. And San Francisco's after a bye.
I can't see them. So you said, hold up. The first 7 weeks?
Yeah.
I can't see them be undefeated.
No. I am not saying they're going to be undefeated. I'm saying I don't like these. As much as you're saying like you don't think they're going to win those win those games, I could see them winning any of those games.
I think they'll win some of them.
They'll win some of them. They're a good team, too, though.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But, like, I think it was last year the Cowboys started the season against losing opponents. Losing opponents.
And they tricked everybody because they beat the Giants by 400.
Yep. And then we saw it. When the Cowboys had to play the Niners, the whole world, everybody's eyes was open.
Correct.
Cowboys played the Niners, and it was a beat down. Cowboys don't have the luxury this year of playing the Giants week 1. They don't have the luxury of this year of playing Aaron Rodgers-less Jets week 2. You come out the gate and you play the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, who found a way to win 11 games last year with a rotational carousel at quarterback. They started 4 different quarterbacks last year. Lamar Jackson, outside of Patrick Mahomes, is the best regular season quarterback in football. The best. Then the Niners are the best team in the NFC, and the Lions are probably the second best team in the NFC if you don't ask James Jones. I just think this is a gauntlet, James. Where you stand on it?
It is. It's a tough schedule, but I got them starting off 2-0. They beat the Cleveland Browns. They beat the New Orleans Saints.
They're going to beat the Browns.
Week 3, that's when it gets a little rocky, you know.
A little or a lot?
But it is
a little rocky because, I mean, it's early. We don't know how the Ravens team going to form. But they lost a lot of pieces on defense and all that, too. So it's stuff that happens. They are going to be a good football team, but you get them at the crib. And then you go to New York. I could really see them because you go off of quarters. First quarter, they could walk out of that thing 3-1.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll figure out.
I'm with you there. I'm with that. Fine.
And then we'll figure it out. Then you go to Russell Wilson and the Steelers. Obviously, that'll be a tough game because they got good defense and all that. But that could go either way. Detroit, that could go either way. They beat Detroit last year. Detroit, I believe, is a better football team, but that could go either way.
I say one way.
Niners, I'll give them a loss on the Niners game. We'll say give them a loss. So out of the first 7 weeks, they are 4-2. Or 4-3.
Yeah, 4-3. That's what I suggest. But it's hard to get to 12-5. That's all I'm saying because I agree with you. I think 4-3 after them first.
But that's at worst, to be honest with you. 4-3.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.